Yo, welcome back to the VoskCoin YouTube channel, everyone. I know it's been a little bit since we had a live stream, so we're going to do a live stream today. We're going to be talking about some fun stuff. We're going to be talking about some actually like straight up miserable stuff. I'm going to have a Q&A session at the end of the video. Obviously, it's just some other things we're going to be talking about today. So obviously, unless you're living under a rock, the crypto market is looking a little rough. It's looking a little rough. I've adjusted my settings a little bit, so please let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear, if the volume's low, if the volume's too high, and also let me know in the comments where you're checking in from. We are also going to have a giveaway today, so let me pull that up before we get too far in this. So in that giveaway, I'm gonna go ahead and drop one of the codes. You might want to hang on to it. I don't know, it might be worth, what would that be worth? $163 credit. So we got Shadow Marge over here. It says hodl or you're a moron. See, I don't really agree with that. This market could just take a nosedive, but like a lot of people don't want to talk about that. Obviously, you guys that follow the channel and subscribe know I love cryptocurrency. I'm super bullish on it. But we'll come back to that in a second. First, let's thank our month's video sponsors. So Compass, we've talked about Compass before. I've got a link down in the video description below. And one quick note about them is they just launched a VIP bundle. There's only 1,000 bundles. And basically this could be your ticket to owning a bunch of S19s. Specifically, you end up with 12 miners by November 2022. And it kind of like has a built-in payment plan. Up to you, linked out below. So I saw this on Twitter. I thought it was kind of interesting. So this is related to stocks, not cryptocurrency directly. But the big thing that you need to understand is that they are not connected. Okay, let's just put put that out there. And so basically, to sum this up, so I don't have to read this all to you guys. Homie says he's an Uber driver, and he's like been, trading AMC on the low, Mr. Diamond Hands, and thinking about his GME gains. It's like, bro, if you made so much money, you wouldn't still be driving Uber. So I don't know. A lot of people try to act like they made a couple bucks with the trade, and they're like freaking geniuses now. Bro, you're not. Congratulations, good job on the trade, but that's just the beginning. Anyway, so basically, he says that. Let's see, the big takeaway here is that they're a Wall Street guy, right? So specifically, he says he's from Citadel, and in this briefing, he's going in for a briefing on meme stock financial mentions and the sentiment on Reddit and across all social media. So the big takeaway here is, we take this as truth, right? And it's really not all that surprising. They're analyzing all the things that we can all find publicly, and they're looking to play the same game and beat them at it. So that's actually, like, the edge is gone, right? So the true edge of Wall Street bets is gone. And that's how quickly, like, things boom and bust. And then we just have, like, total, like, sheep investor mindset down here. Keep the morale up. Who cares on a red day, whatever, aping, diamond hands, we're not leaving, all that. Dude's like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm literally shaking right now. Man, like, if this isn't a bearish sign, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Also, a little note here on the side, UFC inked the biggest deal ever at $175 million. It's a crypto deal. And it all revolves around crypto.com, who, they're annual sponsors of the channel if you follow along. And you can get $25 for free if you use our code VoskCoin. I swear I didn't bring it up to shameless plug a freaking code to you guys. But since we're talking about it, honestly, though, this is pretty cool, pretty crazy. I wish we could ink a deal like that, crypto.com. But I tell you what, it's very far from that. Pretty cool, pretty substantial, And this isn't the first time you see Blockfolio splurging, you see FTX splurging big time. It's pretty interesting. A lot of these cryptocurrency projects are rolling their gains into big long-term sponsorships, looking to capitalize on that and stay relevant no matter what the market conditions are. And with an exchange, you're going to make money in a bull market a lot, and you're still going to make good money in a bear market because you make money on trades. And let me tell you, there's always a spread. There's always money that's made out there by these guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking, what your thoughts and your general market sentiment here is. And so a couple of things you want to talk about before we get to the Q&A session. One thing I just want to make a quick note of here that I find truly astonishing, right, are these gas fees. I mean, high gas fee of less than $1. And yes, Ethereum has pulled back. It's half of its all-time high. That sucks, right? But even at current prices on my main MetaMask address, I've spent over 3.5 Ethereum at current valuation $7,600 at its all-time high, well over 14 grand. That's astonishing. Only completing 415 transactions. So that's not like a ton, but it's insane, right? But now you could be blasting through transactions for pennies on the dollars in comparison, but it's still cheaper to transact on the other blockchains. So this is truly blockchains failing us in scaling, when we kind of need them the most. And I don't know. It's just, I do know, but I just want to make a quick note here if you haven't been following that along closely. And it's very interesting, and I think we could see a big shift of more tokens going back to launching on Ethereum as opposed to all of the tokens have been continuing to launch on the Binance Smart Chain. So I already dropped a code in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and drop another code, and shortly I'll explain kind of what these codes are, and it can only be redeemed one time. If you're in the loop, you may already know and be redeeming it. So there's regulatory headwinds, right? And everybody always wants to write an article, make a video, be relevant in the news, the never-ending cycle. There's been more crypto YouTube videos put out in the last year than the last 3 years combined in the whole bear market. So everyone's always fighting to be relevant, and unfortunately, I have to play that game a little bit as well. So you have to take everything, all these articles and everything, with a grain of salt. Because, you're looking for the headline. Global stablecoins may bring risks and challenges to the international monetary system. And the People's Bank of China, PBOC, right? Their central bank is taking measures against cryptocurrency. Then you have the grayscale discount. And what is that? Right? So the grayscale discount is basically, you look at this premium. And that's an astonishing flip, right? When it gets the hottest, you are paying a true premium there. My man, American Pipeliner, helping me. I guess I can't do math. I'll keep working on my math skills. I apologize. I appreciate it though, man. I just messed up my flow. But so GBTC, their unlock is coming up. And when you buy in, their shares are locked for 6 months. And more than 100,000 Bitcoin worth of shares are expected to be released throughout July. The looming flood of shares into secondary markets has sparked a debate on whether the unlock will be bearish or bullish for the spot price of Bitcoin. So I could be wrong. I could be wrong here, right? Everybody wants to weigh in and try to get their 2 cents in on this one. So I'll go ahead. I'll join the party, right? And for me, I think this is really simple. 100,000 Bitcoin are coming to market that were previously locked up. A lot of these people, you buy. So today's price for 6 months ago. Let me pull that up. Give you the exact difference. So there'll be 6 months on the dot. And we look at that. So any way you slice it, they're probably up they're almost double their money, if not they're up 50%. And that's extremely bearish. Okay, so these are Bitcoins that couldn't have been sold. They may have been wanting to sell this entire time, right? And it's been crumbling down a bit. Bitcoin's only down 2% in the last 30 days. But Bitcoin is down, well, I shouldn't say 50, 49.3% from its all-time high right now. That's an astonishing drop. That's a terrifying drop. And I think that this GBTC unlock is massively bearish. And if I was them, I would be rushing to market to dump my Bitcoin and realize my gains, because a true cryptocurrency investor would not be using GBTC. They would just have Bitcoins in their wallet in cold storage. That's how you know you're dealing with people that put USD in and they want to take more USD out. I think the logic is really that simple, but there's a lot of factors at play, and it's not so black and white that this will single-handedly decide the market. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to come crumbling down, but I assure you that I think this is bearish, and I've hedged my risk personally in that regard. So just some things, just something to make a note about, right? And so let's talk about today's video sponsor real quick. I'm going to drop another link in the chat. This is another code worth 0.005 Bitcoin, which is currently worth about $167. I've dropped 3 of those codes already. I'm going to drop 2 more. These are for Prime XBT. New members, you have to sign up. You can redeem the code. I'm sorry if you're a U.S. citizen. Just like me, I'm not allowed to use their service. But Prime XBT is a cool service because one of the things they offer is co-vesting, and basically it's copy trading. You can follow others, you can copy their trades, and you can hopefully realize some of their gains. There is a fee associated that goes to the person you're copying as well as their platform, but it's a way to try to make trades here on autopilot. They also have other features integrated with their site and basically exchange. For example, do you have a lot of friends? You could get paid for their referral program. They offer trading for not just cryptocurrencies, but other things like commodities and Forex, all from one account. But wait, Billy Mays said there's more. So I went ahead and dropped another code down in the videos, or in the live stream chat, and another one. So go ahead and punch those codes in if you want to participate. I know that, in my experience, that everyone is using the platform. They've been having fun. It's a good experience. Obviously, there's a risk when you do trading. Some people followed the wrong guy and they were blown up. Other guys followed the right guy. They made a lot of money. And I mean, to be honest, that's trading. People make money. People lose money. It's a fun game to play. It's a dangerous game to play. So not financial advice. You just you do whatever you want to do. My man, William Clymer, that's an incredible donation. I really appreciate it. I love the super effective GIF there too. So, hey, William, seriously, man, thanks so much for that. That's huge. So I really appreciate that. American Pipeliner back for another one. What's a good miner to travel all over with? You're all over the country in the crappiest places. Cheat codes, bro. So that's something to think about, right? What miner to travel around the country with. It kind of depends on what you're dealing with, what kind of setups you'll be in. Does it need to be quiet? Are you paying the electric bills for where you're going? The first couple things that come to mind for me would be, it's really any of the box miners, because they're all pretty small, pretty quiet, easy to put a power supply and everything. Other than that, I mean, there's a lot of ASIC miners that you could tune down. I gravitate towards ASIC miners in this regard because GPU miners, unless they're in a box, they have a smaller form factor. They have easier to throw in a bag or whatever else. So I wouldn't want to be bringing like an open air GPU mining rig around, because trust me, I've done it. And then also just comes into your budget there. Oh, so an RV. I would want something that doesn't drive me mad then. So I'd be looking at, something between like a gold shell box miner and an HS3 SE. Chris Dotsikas. I appreciate the donation, my friend. Hold 88 and never sell. So I think Cardano has a bright future for better and worse, and you can stake it and earn returns like that. But I personally sold my Cardano position just because I fear the market's going to continue pulling back, and Cardano's very high. It's up massively from what it was, a year or so ago. And so, I'm definitely going to buy back in, but that's just me personally. You do whatever you want to do, but as someone who rode some coins all the way up and then all the way back down, it's a really miserable experience. So, hey, maybe you'll hodl and you'll win, or you get obliterated. Good luck. So, Demon Slayer says that ETH won't go down. It'll go up. But it's not always true. I mean, we go ahead and then pull the stats right here. Ethereum is down 51.7%. That's a lot of gains retraced, and just really, really sad. You gotta understand. I appreciate the donation, my friend. I like the new gist that YouTube's adding too. It's making it a little bit more fun. Thank you, American Pipeliner, and thank you to let's say your name wrong, Chris Dotsikas, and again, thanks again, William. That was a crazy donation, so appreciate it. So here's something I want to talk about before we kind of move on to the next section. Is the psychology of a bull run. I've been meaning to make a video on this. So I guess this will be like a partial spoiler for what I wanted to talk about. You got to understand that the people who got in the right times in the previous bear market, they are up significantly today. They were up massively a couple months ago, and they'll be up really high even tomorrow, even if the prices go down. These people are tired. I'm tired, right? I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things that contribute. A lot of people, I'm sure, feel similar to me that have been here as long as me. And I'm not saying I've been here the longest or whatever else. But like, if you're in heavily, you have to be tuned in heavily. Otherwise, you're reckless. Or you got too much money. You don't care. You're real carefree or something. But like, I mean, if you go all in on these coins, and then you just, go on vacation for a couple weeks and you come back and like everything just, got rug pulled, fell to zero, whatever. I mean, you took a crazy risk for kind of no reason, and you're really not hedging your risks or capitalizing on, potential higher gains, right? And I think that a lot of people were up massively when Bitcoin was at 50, 60 grand, when Ethereum was over 4 grand. I was. On a lot of my buys, I stacked up a little chunk of Ethereum, my little humble stash for between, like $100 a coin, $200 a coin, up to like $400-$500 a coin. I expanded it here and there when things started to get crazy. I know I expanded like 800 and 1200, but I did that because I noticed like a big market sentiment change, which I talked about in some previous videos. And it's the exact opposite now. I noticed the exact opposite, like a very bad market sentiment change. I have some friends, just before, just all my friends became, basically crypto and car friends. And I shouldn't group those together. There's a lot of car guys that hate cryptocurrency for some freaking reason. What is wrong with them? But a lot of like the base level retail investors, like they don't care about crypto. They just are open to it because they want to make money with it. They're not interested. A lot of them are backing out. A lot of them are scared. A lot of them have made a little bit of money. They're happy with it. Made a lot of money. They're happy with it. Lost a little bit of money. And they're like, whoa, I'm scared of this. Gone are the days for the short term where you buy anything and you're just going straight up. That's terrifying, again, in the short term. And it's something you really have to think about and consider and like hedge your risk here. I'm not trying to sound bearish, a ton. I'm not trying to sound like I'm fudding or something like that. But a lot of guys they just like talk like things will just endlessly go up. And there's been a ton of top of the market signs since like January, right? You think Lindsay Lohan is a crypto enthusiast, or she just wants to milk you by dropping NFTs and she's got a good manager that's forward thinking like that. And so, it's, I don't know, that's my 2 cents, my short version on it. I guess I'll elaborate in the future and you guys can watch the video if you care. So, Steve, I appreciate the donation, my friend. Father of 7, you've been busy. 100 personal ASIC miners. That's really cool, and it's super cool that I could have been a part of that. I appreciate the credit there. Trading tips. So, Steve, super cool. Thank you. Please join the VoskCoin Talk forum if you haven't already. Tag me in a thread, and I'd love to talk strategy, talk the game plan there. The solar mining farm is such a fun, interesting project that I'm really just trying to maximize in that regard. So, a lot of people think that there's just too many tokens. There's too many tokens launching like every day. And Elvdan thinks I'm bearish. Well, guess what? There's another token that you want to hear about. Or maybe you don't, but they're today's video sponsor. So recently we talked about a hyper deflationary or a deflationary buyback token that has built-in pumps, right? They coded the pump in, which is a really interesting concept. And they've seen so many just clones. My nose is starting to run. And forks and stuff for that. Oh yeah, good point, my man. Sir Lunchalot. That's a funny name. Please smash the thumbs up if you guys are watching live. Makes a big difference. But basically, they're the most recent code in the pump project to launch, and they claim to be the first moonshot token on Binance Smart Chain. So we've got full video guides on what Binance Smart Chain is, how to use it, how to set up MetaMask, how to use it with the Binance Smart Chain. The Trust Wallet is a mobile option to do all these things and everything else. Moonrise Coin has been audited by Desert Finance. They have multiple team members from around the globe, but most of them are using or are anonymous. And they basically, what happens here is they have moonshot milestones. And what happens here is each moonshot is generally split into multiple smaller moonshots in order to prevent speculative pumping and dumping from holders. Moonshots and surprise moonshots work just like regular buybacks. They hope to pump the prices with these buys, and then all of the bought tokens are burned. They already completed one of these here. They're looking to bring approved tokenomics. They have just a tiny little supply here of 1 quadrillion tokens. And 7% whale funding, moonshots, and BNB buybacks. 2% goes to their marketing wallet, and 2% redistribution to holders. They've already launched an apparel line here. They have a Telegram group that you can join if you want to learn more. They currently have 5,600 members. This is on their site. Their site is linked out in the video description below. If you want to join the Moonrise and their attempt to code in the true crypto moonshot here, you can go ahead, again, check all the links out in the video description below. You can head over to their site, click the buy option, go to PancakeSwap. We've got a 30-minute guide walking you through PancakeSwap and how to participate with stuff like that. Very easy, very simple, and whether you like these tokens or not, they've gained a lot of momentum, and most of them operate off basic tokenomics, marketing, and a plan. If a lot of these projects follow through on their plans and the market stays healthy, they could all turn out very well. But as always, new cryptocurrencies carry an inherent risk. Everything in this video is not financial advice. Whatever you choose is up to you. Whatever you would like to do here. And above all, make sure you're still having fun. Because I've noticed recently that I've been spread a little thin and I've been having a little bit less fun. Just like these old guys, leading to a generational divide here with the tone in crypto in Congress. So we got Tom Emmer, a leading figure in blockchain policy on Capitol Hill. And so he sat down at the block to discuss the recent developments. Basically, a lot of Biden administration and key allies they don't like crypto because they're like, oh, they froze my computer and they said they want Bitcoin. We should just ban Bitcoin. This is ridiculous. But like, you can't just ban things that you don't like out of existence because you don't understand them or someone used them in a bad way. That's like, I roll up, I smack you in the face with a hammer, and you're like, dude, we gotta ban hammers. But bro, hammers are used to build houses. Only a few people hit other people with hammers and make them weapons. Just like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies lead to financial like freedom and liberation, and only a few people use them in ransomware attacks. I've never extorted someone, for them to send me Bitcoin. Probably no one on this watching this video has ever done that either. But that's what's coming up, right? That's what's coming up here. So a lot of this stuff is kind of tied together. Elizabeth Warren, you probably heard about her, unfortunately. She gave the Securities and Exchange Commission the second till the end of the month to figure out its role in regulating cryptocurrencies. It has been very vague, generally negative, and just not helpful, all of the regulation, especially here in the United States. So I hope that we just get clear, simple regulation. It's always the dream here. So we'll have to see, where it goes. But, Cal, I appreciate it, man. I see you tuning in. You're part of the Moonrise Army here. So it's just, there's so much stuff to keep up with, and a lot of the news recently it's just bad news, and it's a little frustrating. And it's just kind of a downer, right? Goldman Sachs, I can't believe we got to even bring them up. You guys let them back into cryptocurrency, whatever. So Ether currently looks like the cryptocurrency with the highest real use potential. Honestly, it's true. Bitcoin is overrated. All the orange coiners, the Bitcoiners, they're exhausting. Bitcoin maximalists are just, they do so much more harm than good. And like, if you get into Bitcoin now, like, you will never own a substantial amount unless you dump a massive amount of USD or roll a bunch of other cryptocurrencies into it. Whereas these guys that were here earlier, you think about Bitcoin as a pyramid scheme, unfortunately, right? I'm not saying it is exactly, but these guys are in with thousands of coins, right? And money's not an issue to them anymore. They just want Bitcoin to keep going or whatever else. They're bored in their early retirement. I don't have so much money that I feel like that. And if you like read a lot of the things all these orange coiners say, they're just exhausting. Like, they're total losers. Like, and sure, there's some projects trying to make Bitcoin, to be honest, just less like Bitcoin. But you have things like Ethereum, decentralized finance to live on it. There's so many cool things you can do, right? So I could click over, I could go to Uniswap, I could complete a decentralized trade here. No KYC, no know your customer, no nonsense, no make an account. I can transact here like as a true free individual. Okay, that's awesome. That's empowering. Like, that's real tech here. That's what makes blockchains like Ethereum freaking awesome. And really, most of the other blockchains that try to compete with Ethereum here, and they do win because of lower fees, are really just roundabout clones of Ethereum. So don't think that like Ethereum isn't winning, at least in spirit, in regards to all this. And so Kryptonite says you can make more profit on other coins. And I believe, like that to be absolutely true. So let's just take the top two cryptocurrencies here. So if you bought Bitcoin a year ago, you ready for this? You'd be up 252%. If you bought Ethereum a year ago, you would be up 780%. You would be up 3 times more, right? But like, you still want to act like Bitcoin's a better investment? I mean, bro, it's worse. It's worse. I can't go back and buy it 8 years ago. Maybe I am wearing the wrong shirt today. But, I want to make a follow-up note, is that like, I still like Bitcoin and the concept and the idea and everything. And Bitcoin, a lot of people disrespect Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin comes tumbling down. Then we end up in a bear market. And you're like, oh, where did we go wrong? It's like, dude, you just want to kind of leave Bitcoin alone. Don't be attacking it. Don't act like Bitcoin's destroying the world. Everybody is like becoming an environmentalist. Like, instead of talking about it, why don't you get out there and actually do something? Because I put my actions out there way before my words. So how can you positively impact and save the environment and whatever else. I'm not going to go on and talk about the things I do. That's not the point. But everybody wants to shout on social media like, dude, why don't you shut up and go do something, right? Why don't you go do something productive? Gets old. It gets old. Everybody, we live, this is just like the weakest world ever. Like, you're out here, like, just fighting people with words. Like, people used to literally fight. There used to be, like, we used to be worried about world wars. And I understand there's still war and there's still conflict, things going on. But, like, what's the biggest risk to you here in the United States besides having your rights taken away from you at this rate? It's words on the internet. Like, it's unreal. Jules, thanks for the donation, my friend. Can I comment on unminable software? Yeah, so I'm vaguely familiar with unminable. I mean, it's just like a nice hash as far as I understand. I mean, you get paid out in different cryptocurrencies. It is what it is. Kill the Planet thinks we should bring duels back, and I think he's right. Federico, appreciate that, man. I'm glad you've been enjoying the content. Symmetry says that Bitcoin's better than gold. I agree with that. That's absolutely true. And I mean, gold is heavily manipulated. So, I don't even go on the whole tangent of that. But yeah, I'm just because of what I said doesn't mean like I hate Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. But it is. I'll leave it at that. Joe, what are you saying, man? The Apollo Pineapple Grin Miner? Those are two different mining rigs, and honestly, I don't recommend either of them. So do you, Omar? Do you buy or sell now? So I don't know. I don't want to give the wrong advice. I can't give financial advice and things like that, but I can tell you that I've been hedging my risk, and that's very different than like, oh, I'm done with cryptocurrency, or oh, I sold, or whatever. But I've been backing out of a lot of my positions. I'm not bullish right now. There's a lot of FUD. There's a lot of negative sentiment, and you get out of the little crypto echo chamber, and it's not good, right? The long term is fantastic. A lot of just true belief in Bitcoin. A lot of, oh, I'll get in on it next time. Whatever. But a lot of people keep shouting buy. All right, like Dr. SS Baha here says, buy, you freaks. And like, if everybody's buying, why do we keep going down? I mean, that's kind of the real question, because if everything's so great, we'd be going up in price. If everybody was interested, we'd be going up in price. If more people were buying, if more people were getting into the space, we would be going up in price, right? And so, like, some people want to, like, they want to cling to small things to try to, like, justify their point. So we look at Axie Infinity, and so it was up massively, even just earlier, or about like a day ago, right? So yeah, a day ago, it pumped up to over $15. And if you bought in any point above $12, you're now down in money. And it's very volatile. People were trying to act like when Axie's hit its all-time high, so that's what it was, all-time high 1664 yesterday. They're like, yo, like the bull market's back, now we're out here making a bunch of money again, whatever. I mean, sure, yeah, if you bought it within the last week, you'd be up 100%. If you bought it 30 days ago, you'd be up 200%. I think this project as a concept is cool. I didn't get in early enough to care, to be honest. I'm not buying this coin at $10. Not in this market. That's just me, my personal opinion. You can do whatever you want to do. 8 months ago, you could have bought it for 12 cents. You'd be up a lowly 9,400% at the current price. But a lot of people want to like just cling to one thing and then start shouting like, we're back. Everybody's looking for like, we're good. And that's like a little alarming. So, it's, again, I'm still all in long term and everything else. But, and again, I'm not, there's a lot of people with a lot more experience than me. Absolutely. But having been through a complete cycle, I am not riding all my cryptocurrencies down in the bear market. It is the most depressing thing, if you have not experienced it, to watch your money just evaporate. And it's not as simple of like, oh, I want Bitcoin. I don't care about dollars. Well, that's great, dude. But wouldn't you want to sell your Bitcoin at 30, 40, 50, 60 grand and then load them up when it goes down to 10 grand? Something like that. I'm not saying that's going to happen. In reality, everything is just an educated guess, a calculated gamble. That's really just simply life. Unfortunately, it kind of hurts when you realize that life is really just like a bunch of gambles, a bunch of guesses, and that's kind of it. I mean, just, inputs and outputs. So, we'll see. A lot of people. Boss Garage says live of the FUD. Other people, I definitely see some negative remarks here in the chat. By the way, if you're watching live, please smash the subscribe button. I appreciate it. This doesn't mean I'm quitting or stopping or anything in between. Jeff told me to stay in my lane. But nobody wants to hear the truth, I guess, or just an honest opinion or take. I'm not blindlessly bullish in our current market. So, it's up to you guys and everything. And I don't even want to be here, I told you so. I don't rejoice in other people losing money. I don't want anyone to make the wrong decision. And maybe I'm too conservative sometimes. Being too conservative has held me back. Being too aggressive is also what jump-started my crypto career, and that worked out. But being too aggressive led me to evaporate tons of gains in the previous cycle. And if we've topped in this cycle, which, to be honest, at this current point, I believe that we have, I've evaporated a lot, I shouldn't say a ton, but a significant amount of gains. So, it's obviously everything's up to you, but I think this, the sobering conversation just kind of needs to happen. And there's too much FUD, everything's going to zero. That's not true. But then there's also the blind, FOMO hype, and people just still trying to instigate that. They may be trying to just pump their bags and dump and get out because they're terrified. When people are shouting the loudest, they're either excited or they're terrified. Two extreme emotions to lead to just that level. So it's not a bad time to be in stable coins. That's all I can say. Carl Bauer, appreciate the donation, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in. And I see you've also become a member. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel as well. The China shutdown took out a lot of BTC, says Jim Pop. It's going to take time to recover. The markets react to uncertainty. Absolutely true. Jim, I appreciate the donation and the comments there. So Marge thinks we're morons if we don't hodl. So I'll sell a couple coins later. Loving memory of you, Marge. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. Juma, I appreciate you tuning in, man. And the comment, so how did Richard piss off a bunch of people on BitBoy? I can't believe you guys made BitBoy the biggest crypto channel. But I'm not hating. Dude kind of took the Gary V method, put it on blast mode with cryptocurrency, and profited more ways than one. Pretty impressive. He's going to get the gold play button. It's quite an achievement. I work on VoskCoin every single day. It's a long road. It's a long road, my friends. It's fun and rewarding. I'm happy to be doing what I do, but it's definitely a long road. So let me know any other questions you guys have. I'll do a little bit more Q&A, and then I'm going to go ahead and close out today's video and live stream. Chris, in ADA. At 140, would I hold for Alonzo Smarts and hope for 3 and dump, or and try to avoid the bear market in doing so? Um, so I mean, that's a tough question, man. So I mean, honestly, it kind of depends on you, how bullish you are, how much you have in, how much that money means to you. It's not a bad time, in my opinion, to hedge your risk. And it's depending when you bought in. I hope you're up significantly, because there's, months and months and months to buy Cardano at $1 and well below it. I think it's possible that you may want to realize those gains, and then consider. What I should say is I realized my gains on Cardano, and now I have more cash or stable coins at my disposal, which will allow me to buy more of them in the future. I could buy back right now and be up in more ADA if I wanted to, significantly more than the returns that I would have gotten with their staking. So it depends, like, what you want to do, how active you want to be, and everything like that. But again, guys, I can't give financial advice. Some of you guys are setting me up here. That is a good note. Cal, thanks for the donation. And it's very true. BTOK is like Telegram for the Chinese crypto investing community. And Moonrise has bought several days of ads for that platform. So they may be the video sponsor, but they are also sponsoring BTOK, which previously has pumped a lot of coins. Which, if the previous performance proves to show us what the future is likely to do, which is not always the case, then they're setting themselves up for a lot of exposure, a lot of potential pump. And the Chinese market, they love pump and dumps. I'm not saying that Moonrise is a pump and dump, but they love pump and dumps, and they love pumping and dumping. So, yeah. So why is POS better than POW for decentralization? I mean, I don't necessarily believe that to be true. So there's a lot of scalability issues. Basically, no one's built a proof-of-work mineable blockchain that scales well. Right now, I think the best bet is a hybrid blockchain. Decentralize the chain and your coin distribution, the network with miners, and then couple that with proof-of-stake, powerful nodes to speed up your transactions and have a faster transaction verification. But it's interesting. It's an interesting debate. It's very complex. It's very intense. I think Shiba Swap's a pump and dump. So that's my opinion on that. So when do I stream? Right now, I've fallen off the regular streaming schedule. I'm looking to go back to our regular one stream a week, and I'll probably do streaming on Friday, kind of like recap. What's been going on, looking forward, stuff like that. Paul Cobb, I'm personally saying nay on Shiba Swap. Maybe I missed the boat. Maybe you'll be rich. Don't forget about me when you're super rich, man. Darren James, thanks for the donation, my friend. So, one, I appreciate the support. Two, there's really no great miners in stock right now. Any miners that are good, even just good, not even great, but just good miners, come back in stock. They go out of stock, very quickly. We post announcements on social media and in our Discord sometimes, when I catch it early enough and whatever else. So, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if you do want to buy a miner that you can order today and you will get it semi-soon, I do still recommend the Bobcat miners for mining helium. But that's a pre-order. You're going to be waiting a couple months for that. So, it's up to you. I think it's at least fun to grab one and go ahead and join the party. My helium miners are still profitable, especially in urban and suburban areas. So, that's my 2 cents on that matter. Other than that, I mean, if you find a miner that appeals to you, whether it's the coin it mines or the price and the profitability or the noise or lack of noise it potentially makes, it's really just to watch the sources. Like a lot of people are looking to buy gold shell miners. Some of the best things to do is to follow their Twitter and set notifications, and they always announce their batches on there. And I normally see them sit in stock for like a little bit. It's not like, boom, instant bot sniped, especially because you have to check out with cryptocurrency. Makes it much more difficult than, say, just like checking out with PayPal or other like USD and so forth. Rick the Welder will be putting more than one bobcat on my 100 acres. So I'm hoping it comes with a couple bobcats. That'd be fun. Bobcats are actually really small. Like some people think bobcats are like these big mountain lions. Like bobcats like tails, like this big. Huma, that's for you to decide, man. It's totally up to you and what you want to do here. But so I'm considering putting multiple helium miners on the property, but I need to see, what it's going to take to get the miners there, how many spare miners I have to deploy something like that, what the market's like at that time. I just don't want to be reckless at this point. I'm a little, I'll be honest, I'm a little exhausted. I'm a little burnt out. I'm kind of just tired of more and more projects, and it's really easy to just keep stacking projects on top. And this past weekend, I tried to take a deep breath. I scheduled the videos to be published on Saturday and Sunday, and I just tried to disconnect a little bit. And I just I'm so hardwired into the market right now and crypto and the channel and all our other projects. I am just I just can't stop my mind. I can't disconnect. It's just just reaching a point of fatigue. But that's my 2 cents. What do I think about XRP? I don't really like XRP. I think XRP is old news. I think the XRP investor, right, has moved to Dogecoin and all these other coins with a massive supply that everyone's chanting $1, $1. If it goes to just $1, if it goes to 10 cents, I'll be rich. Like all those dudes, I have 1 million Shiba coins. Congrats, dude. They're all nearly worthless. You got $70 in a coin. Welcome to crypto. Good luck. They'll see. They'll figure it out. The market has moved away. The market has moved further and further away from fun, grassroots, and engaging, and really just a bunch of plebs trying to pump their bags. That unfortunately I think has been a shift I've seen. I don't think that's necessarily true of our community here. I think you guys are all freaking awesome, and I hope that our content and you guys engaging in our communities and on the videos, that I personally think we have the smartest community, right? And it's become a very big community. We're about to hit 400,000 subscribers. That's really cool. That's crazy. And I don't know. I'm very proud of the community we've created. It's not full of just the moon boys, the hype boys. We have a community that's going to be here through ups and downs in the markets, bear markets, bull markets. We're here to party, and I don't know. I constantly evaluate other crypto communities. A lot of them are dumb, to be honest. They're all just the people looking to make a quick buck. Very hollow, very shallow. So I just personally think you guys are awesome. And I think one of the key things maybe is that a lot of our content is rooted in tech and rooted in hardware. And I think that kind of encourages or really appeals, I should say, to a more long-term mindset. Because you don't get a miner and you're I'm going to mine with this for one day. I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to sell it the 2 days after that. It's no. I'm going to buy this miner. I'm going to break even. I'm going to make money. I'm going to buy another miner with those profits. I'm going to break even and, expanding and so forth. So I don't know. I think that like really like leads to a lot of it. My man, we're here for forever. That's right. No update, Ian, on the airdrops yet, but I go ahead and check it. I can check it out tomorrow. I don't think I missed anything though. Michael, I appreciate the donation. I currently don't have an opinion on AMP though. What do I think about the ADA CKB deal? It's, I don't know. I think CKB miners like dumped the crap out of CKB, and I've just been surprised that CKB hasn't appreciated more in price. If I pull it up, I mean, we've been talking about it for like a couple years, and let's see. I mean, so it's up significantly compared to a year ago. It was trading at, say, wow, it really mega pumped off that news. A year ago it was trading at like $1, and now it's at $15. Okay, no, it's, oh my gosh, I would cut this out if this wasn't live. No, I apologize. I'm completely sorry. I typed in CKB and then I clicked on the wrong token because CoinGecko has like this weird lag thing. Never mind. So yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was and talking about. So CKB is only up 132% in the last year, and it's down 75% from its all-time high 3 months ago, which wasn't that impressive of an increase in comparison to a lot of other cryptocurrencies in this market. They've just had really lackluster price movement, but they have like an insane amount of volume, doing like $20 million a day. And they've had good volume for, 3, 4, 5 months. I mean, I should say fantastic volume. They've really always had good volume. But anyway, I'm not bullish, basically, I guess should be the summary. William Clymer, my man with the best GIF right there. Or is it GIF? Is it GIF? I always call him GIF, and people make fun of me, say it's like peanut butter. William, I appreciate that donation, man. You're freaking spoiling me today. Air, appreciate the donation. Air to the Ron, and appreciate the support. So yeah, guys, please smash the thumbs up. I'm gonna go ahead and round out the stream as we approach almost an hour here. Thanks for joining me today. You guys make it so much fun. This isn't like some like fake BS nonsense. Honestly, I think that's kind of my thing, is I just like to be straight up and honest, which is for some reason is like a rarity online. But I really do appreciate you guys. You make it fun. You make it engaging. I've been kind of burnt out, a little bit down over the last month or so, I guess. And the burnout has been a contributing factor to why I've been streaming less. Or really just not at all over the last month. I've been keeping it with the daily uploads though, which is a grind in itself. But I mean, it's really fun to just interact with you guys here in the chat. The comments are a little frustrating because of all the scammers and spammers on YouTube. It makes it more difficult to kind of go through the comments and engage and not just like read a bunch of nonsense like contact me on WhatsApp like that dude's a scammer. Email me VoskArmy Gmail. That's a scammer. That's a scammer. Do not email that dude. And whatever else. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys. In all seriousness, and I hope that I really hope that you guys like don't mind some of the sponsored content. I know we've been doing a bit more sponsored content lately, but in all honesty, like we have to take sponsored content to pay the bills. We have video, like I have video editors now full time, which allows me to make more content and focus on the content creation as opposed to the content production in that regard. So that's been like a very fun experience, interesting, and just trying to, ramp it up here. And, it's not even just about like the bills today and, whatever else. It's also building a war chest here so I can just, power on through any market. If things come crumbling down, like I'm still going to be here. I'm never going to worry about like, oh, like Alexa, like Miss Vosk, I don't know how we're going to pay this. Obviously I don't call her Miss Vosk personally, but, I'm not be like, hey, like, I don't know what we're going to do about this bill. I bought all these, internet coins and they're all like massively down. because the market went bad, and like I'm not making any money. I didn't save any money because I kept buying, the internet monies. That's a scary place to be, and it's kind of irresponsible. Obviously, I'm into this and everything, big time. But I'm just trying to, you just fortify VoskCoin, I guess, in a sense. And the real goal here, among many things, is I want to push on towards 1 million subscribers. I think getting the gold play button would be incredible. I honestly didn't believe it to be possible, but as we approach 400,000 subscribers, like that's crazy. That's crazy. So, Nicholas Kane, appreciate the donation, my man. You have mine with 24 3070s and 12 3090s, and you have a chance to pre-order the L7. So L7 mine's like Litecoin and Script, not Ethereum there. And I mean, I think the L7 personally, I'm not pre-ordering one. I'm gonna try to get one into review when the time comes, but I just think it's too risky. I mean, it's a 13 grand machine. You've got to pay a 25% tariff. I mean, it's well over 10 grand and going into an uncertain market. There's a reason that Bitmain is selling that today with a November delivery instead of showing up in November and it's in stock. They're hedging their risk. And you're gambling, right? So people bought pre-orders before and the market goes up. Then and you made, and so the market goes up, then you make out, and that's great, and you basically gambled and won, and you have a miner that makes more money, or and in turn more coins or more valuable coins than you had anticipated, and it appreciated in value because of that, making it, it's a more valuable machine that makes more money. But it can be the exact opposite. You can pay 13 grand for a machine, get slapped with a tariffs bill on the import, because that is absolutely what happens when you order direct. A lot of these resellers and other entities, they mark them down. Bitmain, it's face value, my friends. At least in my experience, you can be slapped in the face with a big bill. And, UPS, DHL, FedEx, they don't play those games. They'll be like, yo, give me that social and give me that money, dude. And so, obviously not that I recommend breaking any rules or anything else like that. I don't personally follow WebDollar, Sakalul, but I appreciate the donation. I wish I had more to say on it. I know that there's been chatter about WebDollar over the years in the Discord. Farhan Rahman, if I'm saying your name right. If your middle name is Cryptos, that'd be pretty cool. But I really appreciate the donation. That's a crazy donation. You guys have been like insanely generous tonight. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't know. I'm starting to just like say the same thing over and over again. But thank you. But no, seriousness. It means a lot. I've been taking a step back. I've been trying to work a little bit more regularly, scheduled, I guess. Before, it's just been go, 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 max content, max coverage, do everything, more projects, customize and release this miner, get this miner into review, turn around the review on this. And then on top of that, like, I'm in, like, previously I've consolidated big time, but I'm in, like, previously, like, 50 different coins, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with all this, and I don't want to. There's a lot of projects you like, but you can't like be in all of them at the same time and do a bunch of other stuff. Because it's just like, I mean, technically you can, right? So obviously technically you can, but I don't want, like, if it mega pumps, I'm taking profits. And if it's about to fall off a cliff or FUD or something, like big time, I want to back out. I take an active approach to a lot of coins. And it's, I guess maybe that's a personal opinion. It's a lot more simple to just, hodl along. But I load up in a bear market and then I hodl along. I think the next bear market is here or incoming. Like it's things just can't go up forever, and we could rebound and everything else. And again, I'm not trying to sound super negative or super bearish, but it's like something you got to think about and be aware of. And if you ignore all of the negative indicators and you only focus on the positive, the only one that's going to lose is you. Like, if you make the wrong decisions with your money, with your coins, you're going to end up with potentially less coins because you would lose money that you could have bought more coins with, and just simply less money. Like, I don't know. It's up to you. But I guess just kind of that's been weighing into a lot of things that I've been thinking about, and it's just eventually I just ended up in too many coins, too many open projects, and just too many open everything, and I can't focus enough, or I'm striving to focus on everything, and it's just burning me out like nuts. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to keep like rambling. I almost feel like I'm rambling at this point. Um, that's a good point, Chris. Chris Nixon says if you make money and restart, it's still a win, and that's true. Absolutely. So, and that's a good mindset. Like, take your win, take your dub, come back to the board. Like, all right, like let's do it again. Holistic Rudy, I appreciate the donation, my friend. Z Pilot, thank you to you as well. I'm glad you enjoy the content, and it's cool that you've never seen me live, and we're live now. So thank you. And Matt Turner is waiting on his rack V2 miner to get in some of that helium. See, JT, bro, it's not that simple. Like you said, you bought Doge at 50 cents, Canadian at least, and you need to hold them so you don't lose money. How low can it go? So, in my opinion, you already lost money. Like when you have something that's less valuable than it was before, you've lost money. You're at this point, you are gambling, trying to make your money back. You're hoping it goes back to that point. Very possible. Technically, you have unrealized losses. The dream is always realizing the gains. So I'm not hating or anything. I get it. I've been, obliterated on a couple positions recently. I expanded a couple positions like in the beginning of May and just, got cut my like USD value, right? Cut in half. But at least I still have these digital coins on blockchain number 27. So, with that, I'm going to round it out, guys. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in live. It's really cool that we have over 600 viewers right now. Honestly, I didn't think we'd get that high. It'd mean a lot if you could just smash the subscribe button. Let's rocket it up to 500 likes. And as always, let me know if you want me to stream more. Go back to streaming once a week. What kind of streaming topics do you want? Like what do you enjoy? How much structured content in a live stream versus just like interacting? You ask questions and we go back and forth, or maybe a subject is presented and then I can dive into it. For whatever it's worth. To whatever my understanding is of it. Evaluation, whatever. So. Let me know. Smash the subscribe button. As always, you're super freaking awesome. And I mean it when I say we've got the best community. So let's make it the biggest community too. Get your friends to subscribe, but only if they're like truly into crypto or want to learn. We don't need the plebs. I'm fine, I guess, necessarily not being the biggest, but we definitely want to be the best. And that's going to be a subjective thing. So we're going to have to win on a lot of fronts where it becomes indisputable. And even then, maybe we'll explode, become the biggest, and then the value will decrease, and we'll be sad. I don't know. I can't see the future. I've told you that before. So I'll end it there. Too much. I guess that's good night. Actually, another video coming up later because I never sleep. See you on the next one, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button. Do it. Make it blue. Make the thumbs up button blue. You see the icon that looks like a thumbs up. Click it with your mouse. Only once though.